Cloud computing is a hot topic. You know, where do you see the cloud in terms of future HPC solutions? And clearly you've been an innovator in terms of cloud adoption with your own HPC services.
So I think private clouds are becoming very common now. So what we do here in Cambridge is a private cloud. You know, we have our own infrastructure, and that infrastructure is provided to our researchers. On our private cloud, we charge. Many private clouds don't charge. They may account, they may have credits, they may monitor utilization. So the use of private clouds is now commonplace. What we're starting to see is people from outside your organization wish to gain time on your cloud, then it becomes a public cloud. And I think this year we're seeing quite a rapid increase in interest in external entities gaining access to our private cloud. So I think that private cloud market will start to increase. Initially, because it lowers the barrier of entry to a new user. So if your organization has not used HPC before and you want to trial it, you want to see is there a return on that investment for me, it's much more practical for you to use a public cloud. Yes. And then once you've determined the business case, you then may invest in your own infrastructure, and you may invest in infrastructure that's sized to a particular workload. But then if your workload increases over that sizing, you may still wish to use a public cloud for overflow. So I think we'll see a combination of private and public cloud as the years go on.
We saw a good real-life example earlier in the morning with Graham showing the work that he's done in modeling the Rolls-Royce engine for the Boeing aircraft, and the benefits that can be derived and the evolution that's occurred in terms of how he used to do the modeling to how he does it today. Would you like to just comment on that real-life example?
Graham's example of a cluster under a desk, and you're an academic and you're doing some kind of modeling, so you use your workstation. That modeling is useful, so you buy another workstation. It's really useful, and you buy another workstation. So then you find academics with 3 workstations stuffed under their desk. As their requirement grows, they then want to move into a more sustainable, practical supply method. And then they'll either build their own cluster or they'll try to buy it through a cloud. And there are really basic economies of scale and cost benefits that within a university environment, it's more cost effective to buy that from a central provider. And that's what drives uptake here. It's more cost effective, and also he gets a level of support and an expert level which he can't provide in his own group. Because what you find is researchers will spend a lot of their research time making the cluster work. And so instead of his postdoc spending 8 hours a day on their research, yes, they're spending 6 hours a day on their research and 2 hours a day looking after the computer infrastructure. And that hidden cost is actually very damaging. And that I think is one of the key benefits of using a central service, and that's what Graham, I think, was trying to allude to in his talk.
Especially in periods of time where budgets are very, very challenged in terms of either retaining your existing budget or doing much more with less, which many organizations and institutions are being asked to do.
I think in times of budget constraint, one has to look at your core mission, and you have to make sure that you are achieving in your core mission. If your core mission is research, your core mission is not HPC. And so you have to be quite disciplined in making sure that you can demonstrate to your management that you are excelling in your core mission. And people like Graham have understood that.
And you underscored that the core mission is being to enable research to accelerate through. Would you like to, as we wrap up, to really comment on that end-state goal?
People in my position must remember that I'm not here to provide a computer for the computer's sake. I'm here to provide a computer to aid research scientists with their discovery process. So everything we do must be focused on helping the researcher perform his research. Sometimes HPC people can be too caught up in the machine itself. You know, the machine itself is just a means to an end to produce publishable output from Cambridge. So in the first 2 years of running the service, we've generated over 220 publications in primary journals, and that's what it's about. That's what the university want us to do, is to accelerate research.
Yes. So it's an important point, and it really underscores why we're here today, tying it back to Dell's purpose and our values. I think Paul's comments really emphasize that purpose in terms of helping our customers grow and thrive. And ultimately, it goes well beyond the technology. There's a higher purpose here that we're working together to serve, and this partnership will help us move forward in terms of serving that mission.
Yeah, and I'd like to add that the process and the clarity of thought we get from working with Dell helps us with that mission. There's a technology input from Dell, but there's also a process input from Dell and a managerial input from Dell, which is really proving quite valuable at the moment. So it really is a good partnership.
Well, great. Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your partnership, and I think it's been a fantastic day today.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.